due to the fact that there were other parties in that area with an evil intention, absolutely 100%, with the parties that were going around that area, okay? You remember Irrelevant Zanime talking about the Spanish party or whatever it was in that area. That was unrelated to anything to do with Kylie Rodney, okay? Any parties that happened at Boca, nothing happened to Kylie at Boca. Nothing. The reason why they infiltrated that into the situation was because there were several parties in that area on that same night. Get it? So it's kind of like looking for a needle in a haystack. You don't know which party Kylie and them would have stopped that off at, right? People think that maybe something happened to Kylie at a different party, and then they were supposed to take Kylie to Boca, but that didn't work out, so they ended up actually dumping her at Prosser. No, the whole plan was Prosser only. They were to take her life at Prosser, they were to dump her car at Prosser, and that's it. But the reason why also Prosser was right is because no one was there. Everybody was busy at all the other parties. And it would have been easy to have a CRV double when people are intoxicated and drinking, okay, and not knowing what they're looking at. It would have been easy to say, hey, that looked like Kylie Rodney's car. It created a lot of things, right? But the CRV double traveling to different areas where there might have been parties at, right? Where people were saying, look, we had a sighting of Kylie over here or over there. Oh, a lot of planning went into this. I mean, are you kidding me? From the past year to the coming months. That's the time that it took to calculate it all out. The past year to the coming months. Okay, it was almost like they needed a person. They didn't have the person yet, right? And then once they found out Kylie was not a regular freaking school going girl that lived out in the boondies, out in the middle of nowhere, that nobody ever probably heard of her, that she would probably never be talked about again. We got our candidate, right? We got our candidate now. I wouldn't say so many, but I would say probably about 15 to 20 of them. That's a lot of people for knowing one big secret, right? That no one's ever willing to talk about because they can't. Because if one sinks, the rest of them will. Because guilt by association, that's why. Hi, Era, how are you? Welcome into the live stream. Welcome into the chat. Yeah, we're going over things deeply into things, but that's the whole thing about it. It's like the abduction was not even an issue, so this whole document by the FBI means nothing to me, pretty much, because they're going on a false narrative, right? That was infiltrated in by an 18-year-old that needed to buy time, because had they found Kylie's remains early, they would have been able to at least detect what happened to her. And that's what they were trying to prevent. It's completely cult-like, 100% cult-like, okay? You can't say anything else about it, right? But it's kind of like just the way that they infiltrated everything in it, like it really mattered, right? It's kind of like you have all these different parties in different areas, and it's easy to have a CRV double, like I said, with a bunch of people that are intoxicated. It would have been easy. It would have been easy to say, look, there goes Kylie's car, and not be able to know the difference. Now, was Nick G up all night too, where he right? Where he couldn't tell. Because the reason why he associated, if that's even a thing that happened, okay? I'm not saying Nick G is a complete liar 100%, because he himself could have been fooled, okay? In which evidently it appears that he was, okay? But that's what I mean about this. You have to be able to have discernment enough to be able to know when you disprove something and you know that it's not a thing, that you don't go on it anymore. So that's why this whole document with the FBI, they're going on the false narrative of Kylie having an abduction. Look, how fucking ridiculous does it sound? Abduction, no ransom. No ransom. Except for nobody thought about the fact that no one, Sam Smith, pushed the abduction theory. Yes, to buy time. To buy time so that it would mask or hide or conceal the true cause of what took Kylie Rodney's life, which in my opinion was asphyxiation. And the reason why they didn't have any injuries or trauma to her body is what facilitated them getting away with it. And Ellie not having nothing to go on other than Sammy's narrative, they used that and ran with it. They're like, hey, she did our work for us. We're right on. We're cool, right? Let's just milk this cow, okay? Because we could do that. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't even a thing to them. Ellie would have deducted that she went into the lake and found her. Yep. But Sam wanted to control the narrative. That's why she thought of the teen meetups. Yes. But I'm now thinking Ellie wasn't okay with this. They just went with it. Well, because they had nothing to go on. And they need to report something. Just like the FBI. You think this FBI document is anything legitimate? Look at the way it's even written out. The words that they used. Things that they said. It doesn't even make sense. Look, it said in this document that Kylie disappeared after going to back to school welcome party. Get it? It's the total opposite of what was said. The party was supposed to be a going away party before kids went off to college, right? That's what Sami said. That was the urgency of having the alleged party. But see, that's what they used the excuse to say that there was a party because there were so many parties in that area on that day, right? It was just another party. Let's say if there would have been 8 parties, right? Let's say one close to Boca, one at Incline, one at Prosser, right? One by the RV park, one by Truckee River, for example, right? So all these different places, what do you think was happening? The CRV double with the Kylie look-alike and the Jagger look-alike, because they were trying to set up Jagger. I don't give a shit what anyone says. Okay. And there's a reason why Jagger ended up with both Polaroid pictures. I'm getting chills. Ugh.